Hi everybody, welcome to TIA Now. I'm Clarence Reynolds. The world is readying itself for a faster, smarter, and more agile network. 5G is poised to transform communications, enterprise, and communities. Jacques Bonchon is Senior Vice President of EMEA Global Alliances and Telcos at Dell EMC, and he joins us to discuss this global digital transformation. Thank you for being with us, Jacques.
Thank you, Clarence. Happy to be here.
Jacques, I want to start with your opinions of the early birds in Europe when it comes to 5G. What developments are we starting to see in Europe?
Yeah, so it's interesting that you asked this question. So last week, for instance, and I'm proud because I'm Swiss, the national operator Swisscom announced that they will be live with 5G already in October this year, which is a very, very early bird. We have also seen before that Orange making some kind of announcement around equally being an early bird. I think it's really pace setting, it's showing the direction. Clearly application will not be for the consumer in the first phase because the mobile devices are not ready, the chipsets are not ready, but the type of applications they will be able to drive, including the upcoming driverless car, will transform our society. So I am very happy about those early birds.
Globally, a lot of telcos are starting to look like IT firms. Do you see that happening now in changing of business models throughout the globe?
You're right, so it's happening at scale. So today, the telecom operator in Europe, for instance, they provide cloud services, IT cloud services to their end customers. And the convergence of IT and telecom is such that the way they run their core network is changing at a very high rate. So definitely you are right, they are becoming IT provider, and I also think that 5G and what we call the rise of the edge computing will make them look more and more like an IT service provider.
What do you think is the future of European telcos? Will they start to consolidate or start to become more competitive in this new environment, and what impact would that have on Dell?
So first, I believe that the telco in general, not only in Europe, will go back into the center of everything we do because of Internet of Things, because of advanced reality, virtual reality, low latency applications. They are uniquely positioned to grab the benefits of that IT revolution, of that acceleration. That's the first thing. The second thing, I am not so convinced that a new wave of consolidation will happen, because I think they are back into a very strong growth path. Of course, the economy is playing in their favor. We still have a couple of quarters in front of us of strong growth in GDP. So I am not making a big bet in consolidation. Maybe some of the weakest will merge, but I think they are all gearing up toward 5G as we speak.
And Jacques, how do you see the evolution of existing networks being redesigned to accommodate MEC?
So multi-access edge computing is a big change. If you think about the vision of the market just 3 years ago, 3 years ago people were saying we will have one big cloud, the hyperscale cloud, and devices. Today it has changed completely because precisely of applications that needs real time, that needs big amount of data. So we have now a continuum of compute between the cloud, the data center, the edge of the system. So once again, the telco, thanks to 5G, will play a central role. Think about having an experience as a tourist if you go in a medieval city in Switzerland. Thanks to virtual reality, you see the city as it was in the time of the Middle Age. What about that? But for that, you need the computing very close to the edge, and you need 5G.
What is, in your opinion, 5G and MEC's role in NFV, and vice versa? What is NFV's role in 5G and MEC?
Most of the operators will go away from this vertically integrated, bulky solutions that the network equipment provider were selling to them for the previous generation. So NFV will be a central part of the solution for 5G. Let's be clear also on the fact that 5G requires a much higher density of base station, of coverage, which will force them to be price competitive and to keep the cost low, to embrace the technology that we provide in NFV as an example.
Well, Jacques, thank you so much for your insights today.
Thank you, Clarence.